Okay, so I'm going to say, hi, my name's Tom, blah, blah, blah. And then you're going to say, hi, my name's Kez.
Blah, blah, blah.
And then I'll just ask you a question and we'll go from there.
See what happens, yeah.
Hi, my name's Tom. I am co-founder of the production company ReadyAimFire.
Hello, my name is Kez and I am an actor working in the creative mediums and predominantly in the games industry since about 2009.
This is the first sort of half episode of the ReadyAimFire podcast, where we're going to be meeting some of the talented people behind our favourite video games. We're going to be speaking to voice actors, to performance directors, to some faces you will know, some faces you might not know, and understand what it takes to bring these games to life.
Yeah, and I think one of the reasons we wanted to do it is because both of us, having worked in the industry for a while, it's really cool to bring people who are maybe outside of the volume or behind the camera, if you like, or outside of the booth to the forefront and hear from them how they do their job, their experiences, and hopefully entertain and educate us in some way and share the good and brilliant side of the gaming industry.
So yeah, join us every other week where we'll have a new guest, maybe several guests at once. We'll hear some great anecdotes, we'll get some more information and hopefully be able to tease you about some upcoming titles. So what have been some highlights in your career in the games industry?
Oh, we actually spoke about this with the guest on how every job is different and every job has been brilliant in very different ways. But I think for me, one of the earlier jobs I did, which was a big game from a big franchise, Alien Isolation, which I absolutely love being a part of. It was quite a long process. It was a female protagonist that I love and loads of women and men out there love. She's a great, strong female lead from a time when there wasn't many about as well, in Eleanor Ripley. And then I got to play her daughter, Amanda Ripley, for the performance capture and the likeness of the character. So that was a definite highlight, along with I got to then form really good relationships with people, and John McKellen, for example, somebody I went on to join his gaming company and did a really cool space game called Observation, which was creatively so rewarding, a great narrative, and another really strong female character. So those are the two that spring to mind straight away. Lots of great women in games characters out there for me. How about you?
Well, first of all, I was going to ask, are you allowed to tell us anything about Alien Isolation 2? No.
Absolutely not. Cats. Actually, no, there's nothing. I genuinely know nothing is the truth. So there we go.
Yeah, some highlights in my career. I mean, what I do as a producer, I get to work on a variety of different things. So I've had a drag race in the desert with stunt drivers north of LA. We've been to a studio in Seoul in Korea and speak to some incredible games directors out there and see what they're building in that part of the world. And yeah, just sort of meeting cool people who are super passionate about what they do. I think the main thing for me is the upcoming highlights of I'm going to meet some of the people behind some of my favourite games. No spoilers. And yeah, sort of like understand why they do what they do and how they do what they do. And hopefully get their autograph and maybe a photo with them for my socials.
Right. I mean, that's actually quite a big difference between us. You're a very keen gamer. You're an expert gamer.
I wouldn't say I'm an expert gamer, but I am a keen amateur.
Keen amateur. And I am very, very much at the beginning of my gamer journey, and I'm determined during this podcast to evolve that and start playing some really good games. And I think Returnal is going to be top of my list after a recent interview.
There you go. So, okay, fine. So what's your dream scenario for this podcast?
That we get Elijah Wood on, who is a keen gamer and did post a lot about Alien Isolation back in the day. And I messaged him and I said, I'm in that, but I never heard because he's obviously got a lot of followers. And he then was in a Dylan Thomas film in Wales. And so it's only a matter of time.
Although I would just exclusively ask him about Lord of the Rings and The Hunt for Gollum. No, at the moment, my current dream guests are Henry of Skalitz and Lord Hans Capon, otherwise known as Luke and Tom, or Tom and Luke.
Ooh, I'd quite like Andy Serkis to come on.
Yeah, sure.
Be pretty good.
That'd be great.
He's got a lot to talk about. Again,
I would just ask him questions about being Gollum, so yeah, sorry, Andy.
What about Planet of the Apes? I'd be all about that. That performance capture outside. Amazing.
Together, strong. Was that him or was that the other guy, Toby Kebbell? I'm looking forward to delving into some of like the classic gaming titles and meeting some, devs and game makers from yesteryear.
Oh, nice, like Tetris.
Like Tetris, yeah. So yeah, we're going to be speaking to individuals. We're going to be speaking to like teams. Maybe that's a dev team. Maybe it's actors and directors. And we're going to be doing some deep dives into specific titles, meeting the combined teams behind some of your favorite games.
Nice. So I'm going to be representing the casual gamers and the non-gamers.
I'm going to be representing the nerds and the people who know way too much about video games. I mean, there's so much material out there for behind the scenes of like, movies and your favorite songs and all that kind of stuff. I feel like there isn't a huge amount of that for games. And I'm hoping that we can, provide some insight into what it takes to make a game, what's actually going on when a game is made, and the people, the work they're doing to bring these things to life.
Yeah, and like we said earlier then, we go to the BAFTA socials now. The gaming side of BAFTA is great, and talking about bringing people together in this industry, which we want this podcast to do, that was a great space. And I think that's where we started to talk about it more and bring it together. And all those brilliant creatives are in that space now. And hopefully this will be another space to bring people together. And this podcast is about you guys, and we would love to hear who you would like to see on here.
Yeah, any guests you want us to talk to, people you'd like to see on the podcast, any questions you'd like us to ask them, drop a comment, like and subscribe, and we'll see what we can do.
Nano.
Like and subscribe. I actually said it.
And
I
subscribe.
Said the thing.
Like and subscribe.